The National Unity Platform, Uganda's main opposition political party, is in a crisis. The party president, Robert Kyagulanyi, is in hiding after security forces raided his home in Magere in Wakiso district last Friday, hours after the presidential election in which the Electoral Commission declared the incumbent President Joel Ssenyonyi the winner.
Uganda oye! East Africa oye!
Security has since camped at Kyagulanyi's home. He was second in the presidential election, according to the Electoral Commission. But Kyagulanyi has since rejected Museveni's win, claiming the election was marred by widespread irregularities. In a social media statement published on Tuesday, the NUP leader demanded that the military should immediately vacate his home. His party is concerned about his safety.
As they were pretending and saying, no, we are not after Honorable Kyagulanyi and that kind of thing, how is it that now they are denying people access to his home? A team of our leaders went to take some food supplies. They said, no, you cannot access. But you said the man is not under house arrest. And now it looks like they're actively looking for him. We saw the barricades, the several roadblocks that were put along the route to the airport and elsewhere. I think they think he's going to run out of the country or whatever. But what offense has he committed? If he has committed an offense, where are the summons? So that we know you are summoning him for this offense, and then he shows up. Because he's not a criminal, he's the leader in this country. But all of this is because a guilty conscience needs no accuser. They know that what they have done is wrong.
Kyagulanyi's two deputies, Joel And Tukamushaba, who is in charge of Western Uganda, and her counterpart in charge of Northern Uganda, Zedriga, have also been missing for days. NUP spokesperson Joel Ssenyonyi, who is also the leader of opposition in parliament, says they were abducted by security operatives.
In the run-up to the election, 2 days, a day to the election, many of our people were picked up, leaders. Our deputy president for Northern Uganda, Zedriga, was picked up from her home in Gaza. Our deputy president in charge of Western Uganda was picked up from the west. One of the members of our election management committee, John Mary Sebufu, who we had also assigned as a party to represent us among other people at the National Tally Center, was also picked up. In fact, for Sebufu, he was coming out of the Electoral Commission offices in Tinda, the regional ones in Kampala, and as he stepped out of the gate, a drone came with armed men, and they took him. To date, we don't know the whereabouts of these people.
Police spokesperson Rusoke Kituma told NTV he has no information regarding the missing deputies of NUP leader Kyagulanyi.
We have been to several police stations within the jurisdictions where they were picked up from, and all of these police stations are saying, we don't have these people, we're not the ones who arrested them, which is believable because normally the abductions are not done by police. Some police officers, they have their other ills which they commit, but abductions, normally it is not them. And that's why the people that pick them up use ordinary cars. They're in plain clothes, but they are gun-wielding. But we have sent teams even to CMI, and they have dismissed and said we don't have those people there. But that's what they always do, because previously, all the people that get taken and they are taken there, when lawyers go and engage, they say we don't have them. And as we file these applications for writ of habeas corpus, eventually, they are released from CMI, either dumped somewhere in bad shape, beaten up, or produced in court eventually.
NUP has taken the matter to court.
We filed applications for a writ of habeas corpus. We would like court to compel government to produce these persons, dead or alive. That's what that application is about. Normally you file it 48 hours when somebody has been taken, they've not been produced in court, or that case. And that happened when we were getting into the weekend, so it was not possible at the time. We did file them yesterday. We are hoping that we'll get those orders.
Dozens of NUP supporters are also said to be missing.
Look, even as of this morning, we are still doing the tally because, for example, yesterday I moved around to a couple of police stations and courts of law. And as I was there, I learned there are several others who were brought in the night. And so we told our people, let's keep track, let's establish who all of these are and where they were picked up from. So it's in the hundreds. The people that have been picked up, we are pursuing through the court processes because this was an election. All candidates deserved to have polling agents. Why did you pick up ours and all of this?
NUP is afraid the missing persons could be imprisoned and probably remain behind bars for a long time.
We don't know exactly what they want to do with these people. We have many folks who have been in jail for a very long time. To date, trial has not started, has not kicked off. And their situation is in abeyance. You know, I've talked about several other people, Alex Waiso Mufumbiro, Eddie Mutua, Chireo Chivumbi, and others. They've also been in jail for several months. We have tried to seek bail for them, and each time they torpedo that. But that's what happens when you have a leadership that is trying to cling on to power. The rule of law is thrown out the window. So anyone that appears to be a threat to them, they will pick you up and hold on to you.
On Sunday, President Museveni alleged that Kyagulanyi and his team had planned to destabilize the country.
What these people were planning is what Kivumbi did in Butambala. They were trying to do it in all areas. That's what they planned. Of course, I knew they planned. But more importantly, that where they don't win, they should cut people. Of course, we were ready to deal with them decisively. Interested that they must stop doing this and never do it again.
Kyagulanyi noted on his X account that he will resurface when he decides. Daniel Kibet, NTV.